How many times do you often go back to check with your grandparents? During the holiday? When you're free? Or just once a year? Statistics shows that China has 21 millions of elderly people that live alone. And about 80% of the retired people can't live with their children. China has 290 millions of elderly people, and that's about 21% of the total population. Around 2035, it will exceed 400 millions of elderly people, and that's about 30% of the total population. Living alone also increased 4.3 times the risk of anxiety and depression for the elderly people. Actually, that's not just simple data. My grandfather is also suffering from loneliness now. One day, he suddenly called me and said, "Would you like to look up for my diary?" And I was like, "Okay," but actually, I don't know what it is. I read it, I found it. And from the moment I finished reading it, I suddenly feel very despondent. That I realized that I haven't had a deep understanding of how he felt all these years. He tried his best to write down and recall his long life story in this diary by recalling his childhood memories, feelings, and daily records. And I've asked him, why you never told your past to us instead of trying to write it down? He seems very upset. Do you know what he told me? He said, "Don't you guys feel boring about it? I thought you guys will think that's boring, so I can only share these things with myself." At that moment, I realized loneliness has become a reality that the elderly need to face every day. Are young people not taking care to the elderly people because they're not filial? Not exactly. Hard work, busy study, and the blessing of aging society make it more and more troublesome to take care for the elderly. A lot of people are suffering from the problem that actually the heart is willing, but the power is insufficient. So I think it's time for me to do something to migrate this phenomenon. One day, when I was struggling about how to start this project, I saw my bed full of dolls. Dolls are very common object that you can see nearly everywhere and have special soothing functions. When I was young, I was mighty great about chatting and talking with dolls. I don't know, do you do this? And then I was immediately inspired. Why don't I try to let the doll have the function of companion, to let it to fill the gaps of elderly people's life? So I designed my companion doll. This doll is made up of an internal AI record system that connects to the internet. So it's more like family or friends in elderly people's life. It can answer a question just like real people, but actually it's in a doll shape. Another characteristic is that the users can customize a lot of things. For example, the doll's outlook, size, shape, and touch. They can progress it with a new name they like. So, based on all of that, we can create dialogue between the users and the doll. So, I've named my doll Xiaopu, which is my own name. So now I'm going to give it a situation that I want to give my grandma a gift, but I haven't seen her for a long time. I don't know which one should I choose. Now, during the dialogue, if Xiaopu didn't respond very quickly, let's just give it a little bit more time. So let's start it. 你好，小普，
有什么可以帮你吗？
我很久都没有见到我的外婆了，我应该给她送什么礼物呢？
考虑给外婆送礼物时，主要考虑她的兴趣、喜好和健康状况。以下是一些可能的建议：一、健康食品，外婆可能对新鲜的果蔬、坚果和谷物等健康食品感兴趣。
Okay, let him keep saying it. When certain words or contact are detected, the doll responds to the actions to maintain interactions, providing comfort and companionship in time of distress. I hope this doll can provide necessarily emotional values for the elderly people to let them feel accompanied and cared. But, however, the flaton and cold circus can never replace the love and the company that should belong to the family. A hug from you, a phone call, or just a moment of our company will make the elderly feel a lot better. We can't change the past. We can't determine the future. But we can choose what we can do right now. It's never too late to take care. Send a message to your family right now. Thank you, everyone.